The brain is perhaps our most complex organ, acting as the body's control centre, like a super powerful computer controlling us. The brain weighs about 1.3 kgs and is mostly made up of fat. It is found inside our head, surrounded and protected by our skull. The brain can be split up into three main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The cerebrum is the largest part of our brain and is divided into two halves known as the right and left hemispheres. Each hemisphere has four main sections, each with different jobs, called lobes. These are the frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, the parietal lobe, and the occipital lobe. The cerebellum is a little part of our brain found just below the cerebrum. Cerebellum actually means little brain in Latin. Finally, the brainstem is the part of the brain that is connected to the spinal cord, which travels all the way down our spine. All messages going to and from the brain must travel through the brainstem. Although scientists have figured out the main jobs of each part of the brain, it is such a complex organ that they're learning more and more about it every single day. The cerebellum is important for balance and posture. It helps us coordinate our movements so that we're not falling over all the time. The occipital lobes are important for sight and help us understand what we see. When we first see something, the image is flipped upside down and the occipital lobes must flip it the right way up so we can understand it. This happens so fast we don't even realize it's happening. The frontal lobes help us concentrate and pay attention. They also control our body's movements. Each frontal lobe controls the movements done by the opposite side of the body. This means that when you wave your right arm, the instruction to wave it came from your left frontal lobe. The parietal lobes allow us to feel things like touch, pain, and temperature. They receive messages from all over our body about these sensations and help us make sense of what we are feeling. The brainstem keeps our hearts beating and keeps us breathing without us even having to think about it. This small but mighty brain region is in charge of the body functions that keep us alive. The temporal lobes play an important role in hearing and memory. It makes sense that the temporal lobes are important for hearing because they're found on the sides of your head near your ears. As they're also so important for memory, if you damage this part of your brain, you might lose the ability to make memories.